Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for being with me here today. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. Today, super excited to share with you three recent, within the past 2 to 3 months, acquisitions that I purchased this summer of Atlantic 75 analog production series that they are doing. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly, Yes, Close to the Edge, and Genesis Abacab, three great albums. As you know, those of you that are subscribed and watch my channel, I'm not purchasing all of the Atlantic 75 series albums that Analog Productions is doing. I'm just getting a small smattering of them. I'm getting some as well on SACD, but I probably am buying a little bit more vinyl than I am SACD. And by no means am I buying all of the entire catalog that they're doing on either of the formats. I'm just only buying the ones that I really truly want to buy. And so anyway, so I just want to talk about these with you today, just really quickly, and tell you what I think, not only about the great music that they're on these albums, the reasons that I bought them, because they're great albums, and the music on them is just fantastic by three incredibly great artists, at least in my opinion. But we'll also talk about the sound quality, because that's really kind of why I do these videos, to kind of let you guys know what I think of the sound quality. As always, if you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe. That's great. Appreciate that so very much. Please leave comments in the comment section below. I appreciate that equally as much. I love hearing from you. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I get to kind of correspond back and forth with each one of you. So thank you for doing that as well. I do put chapters in my videos so that if you want to jump to and kind of take a look at one of these albums without looking at the whole video, you're able to do that. In the description below, I'll have chapters that you can quickly jump to. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a peek at these three Analog Productions Atlantic 75 recent releases in the past 2 to 3 months, I would think. Let's go ahead and let's start with Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly. So Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly was her fourth studio album, released in 1973. And we'll go ahead and just quickly take a quick peek at the album really fast. We won't go through anything crazy. Here is the album cover. I'll get that so you can see it. I think Analog Productions, as part of this series, I just think they do a great job with these gatefold jackets. These old style tip-on type jackets, I think they're just absolutely fantastic. Incidentally, and it's kind of a funny thing, I cannot find who mastered this album for them. Let me just kind of show you some of the other things that are in the box. Of course, the advertisement, and I'm not going to go all through all of these and show you all that, but here's a little bit of a 75th anniversary of Atlantic Records, 75th anniversary. Some information on that. That comes within all of the albums that they are releasing. And let me just quickly show you a vinyl record. They are 45 RPM, done on 180 gram vinyl, pressed at Quality Records. So I can't tell you who did the remastering on this album because I can't find out and really tell who that was. And so it wasn't kind of the usual group of guys, Kevin Gray, Chris Bellman, that group. It wasn't any of those. And so I really can't find out who did that. If I can find out by the time I post this video, we'll put that down in the notes. But anyway, Killing Me Softly, Roberta Flack, 1973. And really the big song on it, of course, the title of the album, Killing Me Softly. And that's where we'll start on side one. First song on the album is Killing Me Softly. Really big hit for Roberta Flack. It's one of her most recognizable songs that she ever did. She's got a bunch. Actually, the second song on this album, Janice Ian wrote that song, but Roberta Flack made that song, Jessie, really quite popular, and it's another good popular song on the album. But Killing Me Softly, let me just kind of tell you a little bit about that. It's a standard that you've probably heard a dozen times, if not a million, like me. I mean, since I was a kid, I remember hearing this. This was pop charts, contemporary adult type music. I mean, it was a huge hit for Roberta Flack. And I really never quite heard and really cared that much for the song until I got the album. I mean, I got to tell you, they did a really good job. Whoever it was that did the mastering did a great job. The pressing is excellent, super quiet. But let me just tell you a little bit about Killing Me Softly as far as the sound quality. Um, it's very clean, as talked about. There's just really not a whole lot of noise, uh, noise level on it. The vinyl is very clean and quiet, as most all of the Analog Productions albums are that they're doing. But I tell you what really struck me was the bass kick drum on this song. You've I've just never heard this song presented the way that I did, the way that it has been on this album. It just sounds incredibly good. The song is clean, dynamic. Wasn't expecting that. Really was expecting it clean, but I wasn't expecting to have bass impact and whomp on that bottom bass kick drum. It sounds incredible. Brings a whole new dimension, dynamic, if you will, to the song. Great song, sounds fantastic on this pressing. On side one, track two, only two songs on the side one, is Jesse. It's a really an excellent song, very slow paced, not that any of the tracks on the album are fast paced, but very a slow paced type of song. Sounds fantastic. Music, all instruments, including Roberta's voice, is fabulous. It really sounds absolutely excellent here. Rolling over to side two, and this is the one that I want to talk a little about. I'm the Girl. All this is vocal, piano, and violin, and it sounds simply stunning. This is on side two, I'm the Girl. Give that a listen, vet it out. It's probably not a song that you may not have heard if you're not familiar with the album, or at least the other tracks on the album anyway. Give this song a listen, give and vet it out. On this album, this sounds great. Piano, violin, and Roberta's vocals are fantastic. It's incredible. The sound quality is wonderful. It sounds really, really, really good. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly, is part of the Atlantic 75 Analog Productions pressing. I think it came out 2 or 3 months ago. Great album. Definitely worth a listen for sure. Okay, let's jump into Genesis, Abacab, 1981, their 11th studio album that they did. What a fantastic album it was when this was released. I tell you what, Abacab was, I love the title song, Abacab. What a fantastic, incredible song. Man on the Corner, another great track on the album. No Reply at All, another fantastic song. But the title song, Abacab, that was just a staple in my music listening in 1981 and beyond, and always has been. It's a great album, but boy, I tell you what, that's a great track. Let's go ahead and quickly take a look at it and see what Analog Productions has done with the cover of the album. Here we go. This is the gatefold jacket, stout and tip-on old style type jacket that they are doing. Hope you can see that without a whole lot of glare. I think they just do a fantastic job with these gatefold album covers. I think they are just simply quite stunning, if you will. I just think they're incredible. Okay, on side one, first track, Abacab, title song on the album. Fantastic. Phil Collins on the drums, of course, the vocals as well. Frontman at this point in time for Genesis. What a great time this was for Genesis, and this is such a great, great album. Phil's drums, excuse me, are absolutely stunning and excellent. They're presented very well defined. To be honest with you, I thought they might have a little bit more oomph to them, a little bit more digging into that bottom end than they do. They're fine. It sounds good, but I thought there might be a little bit. I'm not saying that's a disappointing thing, but I just was hoping for a little bit more there. They do have decent weight, just I was expecting a little bit more. Vocals are great. Phil Collins' voice is absolutely fantastic on here. Mike Rutherford's bass, his bass line on the Abacab is very identifiable. You can hear it, it feels good, it's got good weight, but it's very well defined. You can actually pick that out, hear it, and it's a great foundation for the track. Excellent. Saying on side one, track two, No reply at all. The horns in this, the horn section in this song is excellent. Great extension on the top end. It sounds absolutely wonderful without going over the top, being edgy or being too bright. It doesn't do that. It just sounds really, really good. What a fun track. What a great track. Rolling over to side two, Me and Sarah Jane. Excuse me, Me and Sarah Jane. Sorry, getting ahead of myself, trying to talk too fast. This is the, I think this might be my new favorite track on this album, Me and Sarah Jane. This is this is a track you want to turn the volume up, get it cranked up, because it really does bring out the dynamics in the track, and it really brings out the fine detail. You got to hear it to believe it and to know what I'm talking about. Drums are outstanding. Has a really good wallop to them. It sounds actually has a better presentation on the drums than it did on Abacab. It's kind of disappointing to me, but anyway, it's great. It sounds fantastic. Detail is excellent on all instruments. Vocals, guitar, bass are excellent as well. This is just really a song that you really need to turn the volume up on and really enjoy it. It's that good of an album. To me, anyway, or excuse me, that good of a track. Me and Sarah Jane, fantastic. Moving over to side four, and one of the, I don't know, probably the most popular, well, not to me, it's not. One of the more popular songs on the album is Man on the Corner. It's great. It really is. Tony Banks' keyboard on the opening of the track. They're all very nicely defined and clean. It's a very clean overall sounding track. Percussion drums, they all sound very, very nice. Good track, good sounding album altogether. I believe Chris Bellman did a really nice job with this album. I had this on CD. I really didn't do a whole lot of comparing to it, but I have been listening to the CD a little bit, and you know, the vinyl blows it away. Hey, these are all analog. They're all straight analog, right from the analog master tapes. We're just getting straight analog, and it sounds like it. It just sounds fantastic. Genesis, Abacab, fantastic pressing, excellent album. Absolutely worth a listen. Okay, our last album we're going to take a look at today from Analogue Production, Atlantic 75, is Yes, Close to the Edge. What a fantastic album from 1972. This album was remastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, and it sounds like it. This is Yes's 5th studio album. What a fantastic, we'll just shift gears with these guys real quick. What a fantastic album. I wanted to show this album to you just because it's excellent. It's got that textured gatefold. It's textured. It feels awesome. It looks awesome. Here's the inside of the gatefold. Just absolutely fantastic rendering of these gatefold jackets, these old style tip-on type jackets. I just think Analogue Productions is doing a great job. Once again, mastered by Kevin Gray, 45 RPM. And you know, and I'm just going to say this flat out, you know, those of you that know this, that have watched my videos, I've really been impressed with the Atlantic 75 Analogue Productions series that they're doing. The ones that I've purchased, certainly not purchasing anywhere near all of them, probably not even half. But I'm really very impressed with the quality of the workmanship. If there's one quibble, if there's one thing that I just wish was different, I just wish they were 33 RPM and not 45. I get it. I know why they're 45 RPM, better sound. I get it. I understand the whole philosophy behind that. Still, it would have been great if they were 33 RPM, in my humble opinion. Anyway, going on. All right, 1972. Yes, Close to the Edge. Fantastic prog album. My sister had this album, and I listened to it. I know I ruined it. I know I did, because I remember it having snap, crackles, and pops. I don't even know whatever happened to it. And I should have probably have bought it. I have it on CD and had for many years, but I just should have bought the vinyl, found a good clean copy of it. Anyway, what a great album. I love this album. It's a great album to listen to. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this album from as I just kind of go through this, and I'll tell you why it was so important to me. Okay, on side one, close to the edge. I'm not going to go through each one of the movements either uh, on both close to the edge tracks. I'm just going to talk about the close to the edge on side one of album one and just kind of go through there. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about why this album was such an impressive thing to me back in the day when I became familiar with Yes. And keep in mind, this album came right after, it was their fifth studio album, and it came right after Fragile. And so Fragile was a huge success. This was too, in particular in the UK. But this album really impressed me because it was just a different style of rock, progressive rock, that I was really, really getting into in the mid to late 70s. And so this album really resonated with me. Like I said, my sister had the album. I played the living daylights out of it. I just really liked the mood that it created, and I'll kind of explain that a little bit as we kind of go through the tracks really quick. All right, Close to the Edge, side one, track one, Close to the Edge. Fantastic, excellent sounding progressive rock. It just sounds absolutely wonderful when you add quiet vinyl and really a good detail to all of the instruments, and of course the vocals too. The vocals on here are simply outstanding, better than I can really remember, way better than the CD. All instruments and vocals are superb in every way, clean, and the definition is excellent. Balance top to bottom is just great. It really does sound really good. There's no over the top highs, there's no inflated bottom end. It's pretty well balanced. Sounds really quite good. Quiet passages are free from noise, so there's a very, very low, if any at all, noise floor on the album due to the quiet vinyl as well, I'm sure. Rolling over to side two, Close to the Edge, the second uh, part of this song, and this song here is one that if you're not familiar with the album, that you definitely need to vet out. You definitely need to listen to, and you need to, it's strikingly good. The recording is phenomenal, and this pressing is absolutely stunning, in my opinion, to this. This is by far my favorite track on the album, bar none. Turn the lights down low when you listen to this, and turn the volume up. I'm serious. You've got to do this. It creates an atmosphere, a mood, if you will, that is very relaxing. It's not a relaxing song. I'm not trying to tell you that, but I tell you what, it just creates an atmosphere and a mood that is just great. It is awesome. You can lose yourself in this track, in my opinion. You got to try this track out. You got to listen to it if you're not familiar with it. If you are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Vocals in particular are superb on this track. It is crazy good. Clean and extended. Rick Wakeman's organ is just eerie. When it comes in, it just sounds, and I know that's probably not being fair, but it just sounds eerie. It creates a mood. It creates an atmosphere that is really, really cool. It just draws you into the song, in my opinion. Rick Wakeman's organ throughout is just spectacular, in particular on this track. And like I say, once again, vocals and the rest of the instruments are just fantastic. Gobs of detail, gobs of air around instruments, but the mood that it creates, the atmosphere that you feel, is real. It's really, really a neat song. By far, in my opinion, the best track on the album is Close to the Edge, the second version, but the sequel to that, and it's on side two of the Atlantic 75 Analog Productions album. Rolling over to side three on the second album, And You and I. Excellent guitar entrance to the track. Acoustic guitar sounds incredibly well. Steve Howe's fingers, you can actually hear them as he is strumming the guitar. It sounds really good. The recording is simply wonderful. Vocals are excellent as well. Dynamics on this track are very, very good. They're actually excellent. Bass and drums have excellent weight and detail. They're very identifiable. You can pick them both out because the detail is so fine. It really is that good. Moving over to side four, Siberian Kahatru. Really Once again, excellent guitar playing on the track. Vocals again are just absolutely upfront and sound great. Dynamics are very, very good. Bass guitar and organ, along with the drums, all sound wonderful. Uh, this album in particular, and I'm just close to the edge. Let me just tell you, close to the edge. Uh, this is the third movement in it. I get up, get down. I'm not kidding you. You've got to hear it. It creates an atmosphere that is, I think, is just way cool. This is a great, great track on this album. And it really does, in my mind, identify a great progressive album, progressive rock, if you will. And it really, to me, is one of Yes's best albums I think that they ever did. Close to the Edge. Fantastic album. If I had to pick one of these albums and I had to send the other two back, I would absolutely, positively, definitely pick Close to the Edge. It is incredible album. Not that Killing Me Softly and not that Abacab they're great. I'm glad that I got them. I bought them with my own money. I'm not sending them back. They're great. But I tell you what, the star of the bunch is, yes, Close to the Edge. Fantastic, fantastic album. Happy to inform you that these are really good albums. I hope you give them a try, take a listen to them, see what you think. You know, if you've got clean copies, original pressings, you're probably great. They're good. I do know that these are absolutely pressed and remastered wonderfully. They sound phenomenal. Excellent, excellent albums. Thank you all so much for being with me here today. Have a great day.